she laughs about things that are not funny. Don't worry, if you are lost, so are we. Hi, Fernanda.
Hi, Kyle.
How are you today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I think most people right now might be wondering, what are we doing here today?
I have no idea.
Well, that's a great start, everybody. If she's here with us and she doesn't have a clue about what she's doing here, then that's a great way to start a podcast.
No, we know. I know exactly what we're doing. Do you want to know what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
We are doing a podcast to talk about something that we love. And we love it that so much that we would like to share with the world, and that's why we are doing that. And what is that we love, Kaya? Do you know? I know you love myself, I know that, but what else do you love that we are sharing about? Come on, bring it.
Is it still too late to stop this podcast? As we get along and as we explain everything, you're going to see that we're going to have several chats and we're going to talk about different things.
And they're all things that we love to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to love about that too.
And we're going to make sure to explain you guys very well. So let's start the blah, blah, blah. And just to start with the basics, who are you?
I am Fernanda. I am from Brazil. That's why they taught me when I learned English, that you put the tongue at the end of the word. Brazil. And that's what I'm saying. So my name is Fernanda. I am from Brazil, and a bit cringe. Oh dear. And I live in Derby for 4 years now. I've been in Derby for 4 years, and yeah, I am here in Derby with an organization called Youth with a Mission. We are missionaries here in this organization, and here I work with media. I work with food bank in the city, with church, and that's mainly what I do. And and that's it. Who are you, Kyle? And what do you do?
I'm also from Brazil, but I don't need to do the Brazil. I don't need to do that, but anyways, each to their own, innit? So I was born in Brazil as well, and I've been in the UK for more than 5.5 years. We are going towards my 60th UK anniversary. So that's very exciting because I feel at home. I love it here. And yes, I'm also part of YWAM, and in YWAM I do some jobs in the personnel department, which is basically like staff care, legal stuff, the joys. If you work with legal stuff, you know what I'm on about. Visas, all of that. So it's all the bureaucracy, which I love. Anyways, so I also serve with personnel and, well, I already said that. Media, sorry. So I also serve with media, and I do this media work. I'm behind the scenes, social media, media production. And now, it happened for me to be scheduled to be working with this person.
This amazing person, just putting out there, you know.
I don't know if you guys realize, but I'm a little bit grumpy. I am a grumpy person. And then you see the conflicts, the shock of different personalities going around here. You know.
And that's all we're going to bring to the screen. We're going to bring like our personalities, the grumpy and not so grumpy. And,
the dad jokes and the ones that bring her to reality. So like, sweetheart, it ain't funny.
I think everything is funny anyways. anyways, that's what we're gonna bring to the screen. But also, we're bringing something else. We're just not bringing our personalities or like what we do, but we gather in this podcast because we want to talk about things that matter for us. As we live in the city of Derby. So we decided to talk a little bit more about many things that happen here, and that's the purpose of, I guess, of this podcast. We've been in the city, like Kyle said, he has been here for 5 years. I've been here for 4. He has almost 6 years in Derby, and we've seen so many things happen in the city. And just tell me, Kyle, like, what is the things that matter that we're gonna talk about?
So I think our main objective in the city is to serve the city. In whichever areas there is necessities, we are always there to try to cover. We want Derby to be a better place, and we want to help in everything that we can. So we spread ourselves in the city, and try to connect with churches, charities, and support them in what they do. And so whether it's homelessness, whether it's like to deal with hunger and families are struggling to get food, whether it's refugee and asylum seekers matter. So we are there, and I think this podcast, actually, the idea was a way that we could sit down, talk about the issues, and discuss, really, and not just discuss that, but discuss a solution for the issues we are seeing. So along the podcast, we're going to be receiving guests that are connected to these charities and organizations that work in serving Derby. And we're going to ask them all the questions that perhaps you guys might have. We're going to grill them a little bit because we want to know everything that is happening, how their charity organization work to try to sort that issue out. How can we as population of Derby help them in achieve those results? We want to discuss with them the possibilities of how can we make Derby better, and connect with them all, and have like this honest conversation, and this open discussions. And our aim is actually, like, if by any chance any of you guys that listen to this podcast can identify an issue that you are going through, perhaps you might hear that and say, like, well, now I know where to look for help. Or if by any chance, like, you hear the cause that we are talking about and say, like, you know what, I would like to support that charity, I would like to support that organization because I like the job that they're doing, or I like what they're standing for, as well how to be able to support them. That's why we want to hear from them what they are doing, how they are doing, and we want to know everything, really.
Yeah, we are very, very, very passionate about the city and the things that happen here. I think from the years that we've been here, we've seen like organizations work together for the good of the city. And like as a Brazilian, when I came first time to this country, like when I arrived in London first time, I always heard like England is first world, and in a first world you never expect to see like homeless people, people like with financial problems. You don't expect to see that. And first time I came to London, every corner that I walked, I saw a homeless person. I was like, what is that? Like homelessness is something that calls my attention a lot. It's something that I feel for it, and it's something that I would like to help to change the reality of people. So when I saw that, I was like, so this is not just a problem in my country. It's also a problem in Europe. It's a problem in the first world. And we just don't talk. They just don't talk about that. Or maybe we just don't talk about that. So we need to talk about these things. And then when you come to Derby, you see that Derby is an amazing place, like lots of charities trying to work together to help the refugees, because Derby is a city of refuge. They send lots of people here to like the governments and people that come from other countries and seeking refuge in Derby. And also there's lots of homeless, drugs, and alcohol, like addiction problems. And you just don't think that these things happen here. But it's also nice to see how many people are working to make this place better. And that shows how these people love the city, and and we love that too. So we want to talk about it, want to show to the world the good and also the challenges that this city carries. And that's why we chose like a very different name for this podcast. And what's the name of this podcast, Kyle?
We are Derbados Inn.
Why Derbados Inn? Because like people maybe don't understand why we call it Derbados, and where does the word Derbados come from?
It's like a bit of a joke about the name of Derby. So it's how many people would call Derby, like especially the youngsters. They would say like, "Oh, you're going to Derbados today," and I was like, when I was like actually hearing the name, and I was like, I quite like this. I wanted to make this very irreverent, you know, like very kind of free. And I was like, and in because we wanted to, well, we are not a hotel, by the way, but we wanted to make this as a place that people can just pop by,
Feel welcome.
stay with us, and then go, and then someone else comes, you know. So then we get to know people, you know, and we get to gather with people. So that's where we get our name from.
So tell me a little bit, like, what do you like most about like Derby? Like when you decided to come to Derby, what made you to come to Derby?
So I think the first was being in the city. I think being in the city was a thing that really attracted me, because I was living in the countryside and a bit isolated, but also the diversity. Like, sooner as you see in here, sooner as you see Derby, when you walk around Derby, you see how diverse it is, and how many cultures we've got, and how many languages we've got going around. And it's great to see when everything gets mixed up, you know, like you're walking in the midst of so different people from so many different nations, and it's just beautiful seeing it go in. So I was like, you know what, I want to be included on that. I want to mix in the middle of that as well, you know, I want to be part of that blend. So yeah, I think that's what was attracted to me at the time. What about you?
I think I came first to England to learn English. So I don't speak English since I am a child. I've learned English quite old. So you can see that. And then my alternate was in Derby, and I am passionate about social justice, and I had the opportunity to do part of my alternate in a food bank in the city, and I just loved how it brought dignity to people, and how people like they would go to like basically it's like a coffee shop where they are well received. They have the opportunity to sit, to talk, and they are treated as everyone else. There's no difference between them and like whoever is serving them. So, and it's like they are not mistreated because they're homeless, or because they are in financial situation, or because they are like marginalized people. And it brought, like, my heart loved it, and I said I really would like to be part of that. So I felt really strongly in my heart to come back, and I did. Yeah, so that's how I ended up in Barbados.
Okay, so that's very interesting. I think yes. So as we're gonna go and interview different people, I think you guys gonna have a little bit of a glimpse of what our idea is, because sometimes I think it's a bit hard for us to explain, because you guys actually need to see in action, you know. But a brief resume that we can give you is that we are going to be receiving different charities and different organizations to be talking to us about their work. We want to hear what they are doing. We want to hear the results of of their work, and through this, you guys are going to be able to discover that there are like several different charities that are trying to support several different people with several different issues. And we want to be able to have the conversation with these people because that's our passion. We want to see Derby better. We want to see Derby progressing, and we want to see the population of Derby finding the help that they need. But as the first episode as well, I think it's very important that you guys get to know us a little bit more and understand a bit of our personality, because you guys gonna see our personality going along in the next episodes. Like I gave you guys a little bit of a hint. I'm a bit grumpy, so I'm a grumpy personality. So don't be surprised if when Fernanda like suddenly decide to do like a dad joke, I look at her like it ain't funny. So, you know, it's literally like the opposites of personalities in here, but in a positive way, because
we also friends. But we hate
love each other.
You said you love each other, and I said that we hate each other sometimes. That's amazing, is it?
Is that how you feel about me, Ben?
No, I do love you.
So in front of the cameras and you're like
No, I love him, but sometimes we want to kill each other. That's true, because he's grumpy. And I'm not that I'm always happy and joyful, but he never think my things are funny. And it's just, you know, that's just so annoying. And, you know, like you, that I laugh about things that I find funny.
She laughs about things that are not funny. The things that are actually funny, she just looks, I didn't understand. And I was like, you know.
He's just mean. Anyways, who we are, let's get to know a little bit of Kyle and Fernanda and why these crazy people are here and talking. So anyways, I'm going to follow you because my phone is recording.
So I think we're going to start with simple questions. It's just to kind of be very open, very, you know, very open and very chatty about things. And so what do you like to do in your free time?
I like to ride my bike. I like to ride my bike in the countryside, go far away and singing, I'm like a bird. And that's what I do. I sing like a crazy person in the street with my bike and go to the pub. At the marina. I love the marina. So that's what I love to do in my free time. Or if it's not too hot and if there's not much bugs out there, I like to be in the garden with my thing. I forgot the name. Yeah.
Right. Sounds very exciting.
It is exciting.
Oh,
I forget I'm an old person. I know it doesn't look like.
Well, so do you have a favorite holiday?
Do you mean like a holiday that happened already or like a holiday that I would like to go?
It can be like a place that you visited and you would definitely visit again and again and again and again.
Okay, so I loved Switzerland and I would like to go back to Lausanne because I love the lake. But I've just been in Germany with my church and I just loved, I went to Cologne and I loved Cologne. So I just would like to go for like a proper visit, maybe a week or so, and just explore more about the city because it looked very interesting. And yeah, I think that would be the holiday that I have in mind. How about you? What do you do in your free time? That because mine's not funny, so I want to know what he does that's so exciting that mine's not.
I'm an exciting person.
Yeah, he is.
I am. Honestly. I know. She's just being envied that I'm cooler than her, okay?
That's
but
what he said.
Anyways. So, on my free time, I like to sleep, catching up some sleep, because it's important. Anyways, and I struggle with sleeping as well, so I've got a bit of insomnia. So if I actually manage to sleep, it's actually a victory. Boo boo. And Also, I love video games, so I'm very keen on them. Very keen on playing different kind of games, and I've got a few consoles, and you know I'm passionate about that. And I love films and series and everything. So if you said to me like, "Have you watched this film?" I'll probably tell you like the actors' names, who are they married with. I'll give them all the biography that you might be looking for. So it's very exciting, you know.
Yeah, that's why he says that from that you can see how different we are. He likes to be in his room playing video game and watching TV or sleeping, and I like to be outside riding my bike and enjoying the nature. So we are very, we were
She
very
wakes
different.
up. Let me tell you guys this. She wakes up. She opens the windows of her room and says like, "Good morning, sun. I can feel that this is going to be a lovely day. Good morning, skies. You're looking so blue today."
I don't do that. I
So
don't do that.
positive, so positive. When I wake up, like, and you know, and I'm always like, and then I start walking. I'm not kidding. I do things automated. Like I go to places in the morning. People talk to me. Hello, that's it. Because it takes me ages to actually proper wake up.
I am a morning person. He is definitely not a morning
But
person.
if you pop up in my room at 3 a.m., you're probably going to see me clubbing inside my own room because that's how my brain works. I'll probably be dancing and jumping and screaming and doing all sorts. But in the morning, forget about me. I don't know anything. I don't know even my name. If you ask my name, I'm probably going to give you another name because my brain is not actually working. Usually my body is present somewhere, but my soul is still on bed resting.
And what's your favorite holiday then?
My favorite holiday. Don't know if I have a favorite place, but I have a place that I've been recently that I absolutely loved the vibes was absolutely Amsterdam, and it was so good and so cool, and I would definitely go back to Amsterdam, and it was very very nice. But I really want to go to Paris soon. I haven't had the chance to go to Paris, and I dream about going to Paris since I was a kid. But a place that I need to tell you guys that I love going, and every time I go in there, I feel alive and I feel refreshed, is absolutely London. I love London. There
We
is
all
so
love London,
much to
yeah.
see and do in that place, you know. So every time I go to London, I'm like, I can go in the same place I've been again and again and again, but I'll always see something different to look at there. So because I just love London and the vibes and your people everywhere, and you know, walking around the Buckingham Palace. You already saw the Buckingham Palaces again and again and again, but every time you go, you just have a different vibe. So that's what the magic makes.
Wow, that's true. I love London too, and like my I think my perfect holiday also would be like just going to London for a week, and just like going to coffee shops that they have in the movies, and having like my coffee, my tea, and just going to like movie places and just enjoying there for a while, feeling part of the movie. That's what I feel like when I'm riding my bike. You know, I feel like I'm in a movie scene, and I just love that. Is that so bad? I just love it. Stop making this face. You always do this face about me. I love that. Why just you can love going to London and I can't?
Because, darling, your life is not a Lana Del Rey video clip. I am so sorry. I am so sorry to bring you the reality.
It is a nice video clip. That's my video clip. It's not.
She's one of them people that if she put like the earphones in a bus in a rainy day, she's gonna look out the window like this, and imagine that she's in the video clip of the same song she's listening to on her phone. You know,
I am
like.
a creative. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. I imagine. Changing the subject.
Yeah.
Changing. You tell me. My question to you today. What I've asked him before. What are you passionate about in life, general? what are you passionate about?
When she comes with these questions, it's the death for me, quite frankly.
Because it needs to make him think. And it's quite early, isn't it, to make you think? Because he said his mind is blowing 3 in the morning. What are you passionate about?
I think I'm passionate about, I would say justice. I think I'm a very fair person. I think I'm passionate about that, but I'm also passionate about people, you know, even though I'm grumpy, believe it or not. Not about her though. Her's an exception. But, and I'm passionate about, like I said, video games, technology, and I'm passionate about my friends as well. I love my friends. Again, she's an exception. But yes, so, you know.
It just shows how much he loves me, just putting out there. If he's passionate about others, he'll love me even more. That's what he's saying. Anyways.
And I think that's what I'm passionate about. What about you?
Yes. Nice.
What about you?
About me? I think I am very passionate about justice. But I think that's something that my heart like bounds for, like to see like equality, to see people being well treated and loved and cared about, and doesn't matter where they came from, you know, like I feel like we need to care about each other. That's the way I'm like, do you know, like Gandhi has a phrase called that for you to be the difference that you want to see in the world. And I think that's my passion.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be part of the difference that I want to see, and that makes me keep going. And I believe, I do believe God has a plan for each person in the world, and I just want to see people living a better life and seeing things in different perspectives. And I'm really passionate about it. So, yeah, I think that's me.
Okay. What are you laughing about now?
Your face. I'm sorry.
So, I heard you brought a game to us, and I'm interested to see what this is all about. By the way, the name of the game is Toxic Waste. Funny enough, I thought this was like literally a description from Fernanda. Toxic. She's so toxic. You guys ain't got a clue.
This is a live talk. So this is not a game.
Okay.
To start, and I just want you to try something new, and like
I thought it was a game.
No, it's not. So I just want him to try something new, something that I bought, thinking a lot about this moment in life, and for him to see how much I care about him. I just wanted him to try something new. And maybe when you put that in your mouth, I would like you to talk to me about Don't tell about what. Just put it in your mouth and tell me what brings you joy when you put that in your mouth.
That's banana blueberry. I want another flavour, sweetheart.
You want another flavour?
So basically, for you guys that are...
Raspberry and lemon.
Okay, that sounds better.
Yeah, so I want you to put it in your mouth, and as you taste it, I want you to tell me about something that brings you joy.
So for those who are not actually seeing us through video, but listening us through podcast, it's like, it comes in a little kind of
orange,
literally like a nuclear kind of litter. And I think it's like kind of sweets, like some little sweets.
Like a candy.
Let's try.
Let's see what he's gonna do. I love to see him try.
It smells alright. So
yeah. So talk to me about something that brings you joy.
Something that brings me joy. Well, did someone bring some water to her? I think she's gonna die. So, joy. This candy brings me joy because I love sour candies. I don't know what to say. I don't know what she's expecting me to say. I love that.
What brings you joy?
This sweet brings me joy. It's getting a little hard to swallow here, but we'll get there. Why didn't you try some? So you just give me the sweet to me and that's it?
I've tried some before.
I actually would like to try the banana berry, by the way.
There you go. Banana berry. I will try one just so you do not feel alone. Orange apple. You want me to say what brings me joy with this in my mouth? Okay.
I have a funny one. Whilst you're gonna need to kind of say whilst you have your sweet.
Okay.
When you were a kid, who was your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush was I just smashed it with my teeth. This is so bad. My celebrity crush was the guy called Reinaldo Giannichini. I can't. This is too sour.
Honestly, she gave up on the challenge that she brought herself. Honestly. Oh my god.
The idea was just to make fun of you.
And it ended up that I actually like the sour candies. So you see, she tries to plot evil against me, but it doesn't work because her evil doesn't work against me.
It was a prank. It was a prank. I'm better now, sorry. This is really bad.
So, I think we reached the time to kind of wrap it all up. I think you guys could realize a little bit of who we are and understand a little bit more about what are we here for, and what we want to do and what we want to talk about, and how our friendship works.
Yeah.
Friendship. Anyways, so what's happening next week then, Fernanda?
Next week we are interviewing the YWAM leader of this base that we leave. So the guy who actually we have the chance to meet and understand his vision and how he's passionate about the city. And we just want to know what is YWAM about, what YWAM does in England and especially in Derby. So we're going to interview Rob Hobbs. Yeah, is it correct? Because I always say Hobbs. We're going to interview Rob Hobbs. And and I'm so sorry.
She's still struggling with the sour candy. Well, anyways.
We're going to interview Rob Hobbs and understand his heart for the city and his heart for this base, basically.
So, for those who do not know, Mr. Rob Hobbs is actually my dad. And I think it's going to be actually very funny interviewing my dad. So I'm going to have to be very professional. But,
what is hard because Rob is a bit naughty. So we'll see.
I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, we are really excited about interviewing.
We are very professional, as you guys can see. We are so professional that she ended up bringing me a sour candy and I ended up loving it. But
that's part of my job. I need to bring things that you love. I try to make fun. I'm not good at making fun. I'm sorry. But I had fun. That's the thing. The most part, the good part of it is that I
I'm
enjoyed.
pretty sure the most part of you guys agree with me.
They will see your face because I was able to see. They were able to see your face in the camera. There you see that how funny it was for me. Anyways, it was funny.
I'm so sorry to say, but if you were a comedian, you would starve, darling. I'm just saying, don't try that profession. Just saying.
I'm not trying.
Okay, that's good. The human race, thank you for that.
Oh, that's mean. Anyways, just before we close, I was just thinking something to share today, like something for us to think about before we finish this episode. And I was just listening today, the devotion of the morning, saying about like a Bible verse that says, do to others what you would like people to do for you. And I think this is like kind of in a short way says what our aim with this podcast, you know. So like they call this like the golden advice of the word that Jesus actually said that before would be, don't do to others what you would not them to do to yourself, basically, like it with my vocabulary. And this is just like avoiding evil. But something that I thought very interesting is doing to others what we would like people to do, like what we would like people to do for ourselves. It means seeking good all the time, seeking good to bless people, as we walk with people. It's just thinking like what I would do, like if you want the best for you, that's what you would do for other people. If you want grace for you, that's what you would give to other people. If you want people to be generous towards you, you would be generous towards people. And that just goes along and along. So just to inspire you today, you know, something to think about as we head to the next episode of our podcast is just think like, what can I do today to other people that I would like them to do to myself. And that's what this whole podcast is about.
It's about absolutely
seeing people doing to others what, if they were in this people position, what they would like people to do for themselves.
And it's that thing as well, in it, like we never know if we are going to be the ones actually needing the help tomorrow. So it's always important we be in a position that, okay, today we can help. We can help in it, like, and then we just spread the good in it. Like I believe that, and as we do the good kind of finds its way back to us, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So well, thank you guys for joining us in our first episode. We promise that we're gonna still keep making this very dynamic with our next guests. I hope she does not scare them off or put them off with her dad jokes. But I hope that we are going to have a great time with our next guests in the next following episodes. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. And so we are just checking out of Derbados Inn now. And we are checking in next week.
I think that's our goodbye, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was lovely having you guys with us. We all shall see you next week. Have a good week.
Bye.